Volunteering changed my life in a way I never expected. Like, I never expected it.
Welcome, 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 welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Akinjiola Eunice. I share tips on personal development, corporate tips, career tips, and leadership tips. So hit the subscribe button and follow me for more of my content. Stay tuned.
Volunteering made me who I am today. Volunteering exposed me to opportunities that I might never have gotten. Volunteering made me feel part of something greater. So, volunteering has been a great deal for me, and it has been a part of my journey ever since I started. I was able to build my skills, I was able to build myself, I was able to discover myself through volunteering. I got to know what I was really passionate about. I got to discover my inner potentials. Like some of the things that I never thought I would be able to do through volunteering. I was able to do these things. I was able to build my self esteem. I was able to build my confidence. I was able to build myself like through volunteering. And volunteering made me understand some things. It puts me into rooms that I might never be able to enter. It connected me with persons that on a normal day I wouldn't get access to these people. And volunteering just, brought me out there. It just, it just took me like this. I said, this girl, through volunteering, you're going to be a better person. And when I started volunteering, it was not like I didn't even know what I was doing. So I cannot say that I started volunteering because of this or there was an advantage. No, I didn't even know when I started volunteering. I never knew what was called volunteering when I started real volunteering. Here's the Backend Story. When I started volunteering, I didn't know that what I was doing was called volunteering. I just knew that I wanted to be part of something great and what I was doing felt good. So officially I started volunteering in 2019. I was a fresher. Yeah, I was in part one and a senior in my department who is now a mentor to me. He introduced me to an NGO. I didn't even know it was his NGO. He introduced me to an NGO and I was inducted. I was happy. I was a member of the organization. At that time, the name of the organization was called Purpose Ignition Initiative, Pidgin. Yes. So anytime I wear the shirts, Pidgin, people always like, what's Pidgin? Is it Pidgin language? And I'm like, no. I started volunteering in 2019. Then we had an outreach and I wanted to be a part of it. So I joined the team. I got to even know very late. I got my pigeon vest very late, but I still went for the outreach. So going for the outreach was so fulfilling for me, and the outreach was at an orphanage. Getting there, I saw people, I saw children in the orphanage, and I just felt this, compassion, and I was like, wow, like I'm really glad I'm doing this. I'm really glad I'm part of this team coming to speak to these students. After the orphanage outreach, I was so excited. I was happy. I felt fulfilled. Like I was part of something great. I felt so happy. I felt so good. I felt like this greatness. Like you did something to impact others. You did something to help others. It really, really inspired me, and I wanted to be part of more of that, right? I wanted to do it more. I wanted to volunteer. I wanted to go for more outreaches. Like I said, I didn't even know what I was doing was volunteering. I sure wanted to go out for outreach. I wanted to go out for outreach and speak to people. But mind you, at that outreach, I didn't speak. Oh, when they were asking for people to speak, I didn't speak. I didn't raise up my hand to speak, like say I want to speak to the students because I was shy. The me you are seeing here in front of camera, I was so shy then because I'll now stand in front of the whole class and speak to the students. All of them will be so concentrated, and all other volunteers in PD, they are staring at me and they're like, okay, let's hear what she has to say. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. So I didn't speak to the students, but I was just there. I assisted, shared the gifts and all of that, standby officers. After that, I was so happy. I felt fulfilled and I loved it. I loved it. So I loved wearing the shirts pigeon that people used to ask me that, is it pigeon? Like, is it pigeon language? I'm like, no, it's not pigeon language. It's pidgin, that is Pigin. The language pidgin is spelled Pidgin, so the D differentiates it. I was so happy and I loved pidgin. I fell in love with pidgin because they were doing something that was so inspiring. They were doing something that was really, really great and good. So I just wanted to be a part of it. So I loved the shirt and I wore it often. So after then, I was not able to really, really volunteer. I was not even really serious because I didn't have a phone at that time. I didn't have a phone and I was not really serious because I had phone issues. Serious phone issues in part one. I I had phone issues and it limited my participation with the NGO. I was even logged out of WhatsApp. Imagine someone that has not been active. So WhatsApp will automatically log you out. So I was logged out of WhatsApp and I was not able to volunteer. I was no longer part of the activities of the NGO. I didn't know what was going on, but I just spoke with my mentor that okay, this is it, and I had phone issues, and that was it. I came back. Yes, I did. I came back officially in 2021. I got a new phone. I got a new phone. I was so excited. I joined the group pages and all of that, and I started back again. At that time, I didn't have a particular course that I was passionate about. I just knew that the orphanage outreach, you know, I was so inspired by it and I wanted to do more of that, like going to schools, just being involved with children, inspiring people and all of that. So that was, I didn't really have a major course, but as time went on, I got to know that that was part of SG8 education because after them we went to schools, orphanage to educate them, to inspire them, and it's also fulfilling for me. What surprised me most about my volunteering journey is how I grew over time. I I built I built myself. Like volunteering built me, let me put it that way. I grew even when I was in school. I felt it that yeah, Eunice, you are no longer the girl you used to be in part one. Not because I was older, but because of the things volunteering exposed me to. So I was better than I used to be. I had an increased self-esteem. I was more confident. I got to be part of something better and bigger. And it's not just academics, right? I was doing something more fulfilling. Not like academics is not fulfilling, no. But now, part of something better, inspiring people, helping people. I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to be a part of it. So how I changed, how I evolved was so inspiring, and I still say that volunteering is one of the ways to grow as a young person. To be sincere, if you want to grow, volunteering is one of those things that you can do that will build you. So how did volunteering change me? Like I said, at that orphanage outreach, they told us to come and speak with the students, with the children in the orphanage. and I was shy. I was really shy when they were calling for people to come and speak to them, to inspire them. I was shy because I was like, oh my god, what do I have to say? What do I really have to say? I was really, really shy and I was scared. You know, I was just doing the standing officiating officer. Yeah, and also help cudgeling the students. So I was really, really shy to stand in front of like the students. You know, everybody's looking at you, including the volunteers from Pidgin. They will be looking at me if I were to be speaking. So I was not ready for that. I just kept on officiating. At some point, I had to go and sit down. After that, I noticed that I improved drastically. I participated in other outreaches where I even spoke with the students. There was one particular outreach that we did at Ife, and it was a school, and I told them a song. I had the confidence to teach them a song. I was so happy, and after doing it, I felt fulfilled. I was like, there's no big deal in public speaking. There's no big deal in standing in front of these people and talking to them. There's really no big deal. Yeah, those were part of the things that shaped me, and also my leadership skills. I improved on my leadership skills. I was able to lead a team and also be part of a team in Pidgin. Also, I was more responsible, and when I mean responsible, that is ensuring that everything I was committed to, I did it. Like everything I was involved in, I was responsible in being active and functioning wherever I was. So I was more responsible. Volunteering made me more responsible. I wouldn't want the situation where I'm volunteering and they're like, ìròyìn lẹ máa ń volunteer that you no be available. Sorry for the Yoruba. Let me say it in English. It's people like you that will volunteer and you will not be available. You say you want to volunteer and you're not available. And I didn't want to be seen as somebody that is not serious, somebody that is not reliable. So it made me more responsible. It made me more responsible to an extent. It improved my self-esteem. Like, knowing I'm part of something great. After talking to some students, they are like, it boosts your self esteem. Like, I can do public speak. Yeah, and also joining other team members to do something. And also, I was part of the recruitment team. So, I held interviews with people that wanted to join Pigeons. I was part of the recruitment team at that time. So, it was a lot of experience. would I wouldn't have had the experience of recruitment, you know, if I didn't join Pigeon. Probably somewhere else, but it started from Pigeon. Everything started from Pigeon. Like the whole recruitment stuff, learning how to do recruitment, selection process, and all of that. Yeah, I was able to actually build my skill in that area. When you're interviewing somebody, you have to know how to communicate and all of that. So I also learned communication, also communication with other team members, communication with superiors. Even when I became a team lead, I had to learn reporting because I know the right reports before. The only report I wrote was in part one, and that was for a field trip. So reporting, in fact, it got a time that they had to send me a mail that um I've not been sending reports and there's a fine for it. So I was not really used to reporting. So I had to learn how to do reporting. I didn't know if I did well, but I knew that I improved in reporting what my team was doing at that time. Apart from pidgin, I also developed more confidence in volunteering for events. I built my confidence in volunteering as an usher because I stand in the middle of the hall. So that one made me more confident in standing, facing people. It also built my public speaking in some way. So I'm not really scared of standing in front of people. except in church. Like in church, I'm a chorister in church, so we face a lot of crowd. But apart from that, in another setting, you're facing a whole lot of people that you don't even know, that you've not seen before, and everybody is looking at you. Oh, protocol, usher, and everything. And also in brainstorming, there are times where you have to meet, go for meetings, brainstorm and all of that. Volunteering helped me with that. There are just a lot of things, even attending meetings online, what to do, what not to do, contributions and all of that. You know, to the bigger picture, it even taught me project management at some point. So volunteering has been a whole lot for me, and it's really, really changed me. My advice to you is that you should seize every opportunity to volunteer. If you have an opportunity to volunteer, go for it. You will definitely reap the results. Actually, it will tell on you, that yes, you've improved. Nowadays, people don't want to volunteer except there's something attached, except they are gaining something. When I started, there was nothing. It was just fun being part of something big, volunteering, giving my time, my resources to something big, right? So these days, people want something. If you tell them that, come and volunteer for this, they'll tell you what's in for me, what are the opportunities. I'm like, volunteering is meant to be. It's not about opportunity. It's a free service. You're not meant to get something in return. But actually, when you volunteer, there's something in return. There is always something in return, right? So it's not that you are volunteering for the opportunity that you want to get through it. It's not because you want to. No, that's not the mindset I used to start. And if you are volunteering, you volunteer for the real cause for it. Volunteer. If you don't have the art of volunteering, you get it at. Even if the opportunity is there, is that opportunity that you'll be looking at, that by the time it gets tough, you will just leave because you don't really have the heart of volunteering. So you need to have the heart for volunteering if you want to start volunteering. So as you are volunteering, ensure that you are really, really passionate about it. If you're not passionate about it, I don't know. I don't know what will sustain you, but you have to be passionate about it. Even when it gets tired, let me tell you, volunteering can be very stressful at some point. It can be boring because you are doing the same thing over and over again, right? And you are volunteering, you are giving your time, is free, nothing of advantages, nothing of material advantages coming to you, right? So it can be boring, but if you have the heart, you stay consistent and you be there, you stay there and you keep volunteering. So you need to have the heart, that is, you have to be passionate about what you are doing. The second thing is be aligned with what you are volunteering for, with the organization or the event you are volunteering for. You have to be aligned with it, because if the organization you are volunteering for is on leadership, and you're not really passionate about leadership, it's okay. I'm not saying you don't like it, you don't accept the fact that the organization is based on leadership, but you are not just it's not your thing. Probably you prefer more of health. Let's say you are a medical doctor here, that one is different. Yeah, and we have some people that volunteer even in things that are far away from their disciplines. The third thing is volunteer as much as possible. It helps you, it builds you. And I also advise volunteer for events. Volunteer for events. It helps you, it builds community. You get to meet a whole lot of passionate people like you. I met amazing volunteers in the different conferences I volunteered for on campus, and I've built meaningful relationship with them. So volunteer for conferences, it helps you as well. Even as you volunteer for organizations, volunteer for NGOs as well. You build community, you get to work with other people, you get to learn about teamwork, communication, and also collaboration. So volunteer as much as possible for conferences. It helps too. So the last thing I'll be saying is give your all to volunteering. For volunteering, you have to volunteer your time, your money. Sometimes you go for outreaches, your money you use to get to the place you are going to. Sometimes you contribute, you have to pay dues and all of that. So be ready to volunteer your resources, be ready to volunteer your time. It takes time. You need time to volunteer, and also volunteer yourself. Yes, volunteer yourself. You are volunteering yourself for the greater good. And always have this in mind. You are not volunteering for yourself. You are volunteering for others, for social impact. That is what volunteering is about. That you are volunteering for the greater good of something. You are volunteering to be part of something that is going to emerge. You are volunteering for the cause of something that needs to happen. So I would advise you volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. So I would love to hear your volunteer journey and your volunteer story. If you not started volunteering, start volunteering now. Volunteering is rewarding. Volunteering builds you. Volunteering exposes you to opportunities, and volunteering makes you better. So start volunteering. Thank you all for staying true to this video. Thank you for watching. Start volunteering. Bye.